Welcome to Market Talk Weekly, discussing sales and marketing techniques to help you compete in the real estate market. We're here week after week to educate, inform, and encourage real estate professionals. And now, here's your host, real estate broker, instructor, and coach, Bryon Roth.
Every once in a while during an episode, I mention a book or a passage or an excerpt from a book I've read. I don't know about you, but I learn by reading and doing. So whenever I take on a new venture, or no matter what it is, I just try to read as much as I can on the subject. Now, if you went to the bookstore or if you did a search online on the internet for real estate books, good Lord, it's overwhelming and it's hard to know which books are going to benefit you and which books are just going to be a waste of your time. So today, I just want to share some books with you I've read and were beneficial to me in my real estate career. First, I want to share just a quick tip about how-to books. Unlike novels, you don't have to read the whole thing, okay? I don't feel like you get this book and I just got to start at the beginning and go to the end. That's not the best way to get through how-to books. There's a familiar theme that you're going to see in almost every real estate book. And it starts off with talking about positive mental attitude. Now, they may not all call it positive mental attitude or PMA, but they're really talking about. So they're talking about the attitude that you have and your perspective and making sure that you stay focused on what your goals are and not allowing yourself to get derailed by discouragement. Once you've read that first chapter, whether it's in the introduction or chapter 1 and it's on attitude and keeping focus, you don't have to read it 5 different times from 5 different authors. Go through the chapters and read what they cover and see what information you really need to get out of it. Now, there is one book, and it's going to be the first book that I talk about that I would say read from cover to cover. That is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I would recommend this book for anyone. I don't care what you do for a living, whether you're a homemaker or an executive somewhere, it doesn't matter. This book will benefit you. And just the back cover says, in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, author Stephen Covey presents a holistic, integrated, principle-centered approach for solving personal and professional problems. With penetrating insight and pointed anecdotes, Covey reveals a step-by-step pathway for living with fairness, integrity, service, and human dignity. So just real quick, let me go through the habits, and then we'll get to the next book. So the first habit is be proactive, principles of personal vision. Habit number 2 is begin with the end in mind, or principles of personal leadership. Habit 3, put first things first, principles of personal management. Habit number 4 is think win-win, principles of interpersonal leadership. Habit 5 is seek first to understand, then be understood, principles of empathetic communication. Habit 6 is synergize, principles of creative cooperation. And habit 7 is sharpen the saw, principles of balanced self-renewal. Again, I'll recommend this book to anyone. You don't have to be in the real estate business. It's a really good book. I've read it through several times, and I get something out of it every time I read it. The next book I'm going to suggest you read is by Gary Keller of Keller Williams Real Estate, and it's The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. From the back cover, it says, in this revolutionary handbook, you'll learn 3 key concepts that drive mega agents' production, essential economic, budgetary, organization, and lead generation models that are the foundation of any high achiever business, the distinguished characteristics of millionaire real estate agents, the way they think, how you can get on the real estate career path to earn $1 million, net $1 million, and then receive $1 million in annual income. And he says the millionaire real estate is not about quick fixes. It's about the innovative applications of proven business techniques to the real estate industry. Isn't it about time that you put your career on the path to becoming a millionaire real estate agent? So you may never become a millionaire real estate agent. You may not even have a desire to. You may just want to have a decent living and live comfortably. And so when you read this book, he tells you, it's not all about $1 million. It's not all about, the money. And so he walks you through different steps on what those people who do make $1 million in real estate, the mindset that they have. And so it's a really good, interesting book. The next book, I kind of stumbled upon on accident. This is one of those books that I'd never heard of the author. And I started reading a sample of it online, and I thought, I think I'm going to read this. And so I did, and it was really surprising how good it was, because I've never heard of this. And the book is called Success with Listings, and it's by this gentleman named Nolly Williams, and it's Knolly Williams. Nolly Williams. As I was reading it, I was really surprised that he integrated his faith in it. Now, it's not a preachy book. It's not something he's going to tell you got to go to church, got to do this. But he does talk about things that you should be doing every day, and includes exercise and spirituality. And so spending some time gathering your thoughts and collecting yourself and thinking about what's important to you, thinking about your body. So like body, mind, and spirit. And so I would suggest that one. Again, it's Success with Listings, Nolly Williams. And then the next two are by the same author, and it's Dirk Zeller. Again, that's Dirk, D-I-R-K, Zeller, Z-E-L-L-E-R. And the first one is probably the first one I ever had. It is Your First Year in Real Estate. And it says, making the transition from total novice to successful professional. And so I read this book, and I go back from time to time and read certain things in it. If I get stuck, this is usually the book I pull out, because it's got some good modeling in it that will help you remember what you need to do and walk you through them. And then his other book is called Success as a Real Estate Agent for Dummies. It's one of those books. You see these books all the time. And it says, achieve success in any real estate market, find, secure, and sell more listings. And he talks about scripts, which if you've listened to my podcast, I'm not a big fan of that. But again, you don't have to read the whole book. Get what you can out of it and discard the rest. I would suggest getting these books and going through them and just plotting out a course and things that you can do and things that you can take out of them and utilize in your own career.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Market Talk Weekly. Visit our website at markettalkweekly.com for more real estate resources. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of Market Talk Weekly.